Hello, guys. Welcome back again to Chubby Football TV. Back with another one. Back with another one. I know you guys thought I forgot. Merry Christmas, by the way. I know you guys thought I forgot, but I didn't forget. What I'm going to be talking about today is on the Manchester United game that happened last Sunday against Bournemouth. And actually, the time of the day I'm shooting this is the day they have their game against Wolves. What is going on with Manchester United? I think I'm going to title this video Amorim's Disaster Class. It's been a disaster. It's been a disaster. As much as a lot of Man U fans want to act like, oh, Man U fans are very funny. They are not the most patient. They're not the most patient. I know it's only a matter of time before Manchester United fans start to rant, and you see all the morons with the Amorim out. But so far it's been a disaster class. One thing I give him kudos on is the effort. You can see that Manchester United are playing more fluent. They're playing more fluid. I mean, you can see the sketching of a decent side and a decent pattern of play as opposed to Eric Ten Hag. But I would say that the players are not good enough. For what Manchester United is as a club, as a legendary club, as one of the best clubs in the world, especially under the tutoring of Sir Alex Ferguson, which looking back now is a long time ago. You have to let the past go in order to be able to move forward. But look at the game against Bournemouth last weekend. It was funny thing is I actually said that Bournemouth was going to win that game. I actually tipped Bournemouth to win that game. And let's look at the formation that Man U played during that game. They played a 3-4-2-1 with Xerxes in strike. Xerxes is poor. Dude is poor. I know as much as we want to do, oh, there's something there. There's talent there. There's Xerxes is poor. And for a team like Manchester United, you can't have a player like Xerxes or Højlund leading your number 9. You can't. I'm not saying these players are horrible, but are these Manchester United caliber type of players? No. Xerxes is not a Manchester United caliber player. Højlund is not a Manchester United caliber player. Maybe as a third striker, yes. As a B-team striker, yes. But as a first-team striker, no. No. Bournemouth played Manchester United out the park during that game. Played Manchester United out the park, dominated that midfield. Bruno Fernandes has been poor. In their last, in Man U's at least 4 games. Their recent games. Bruno Fernandes has been poor. Maino hasn't been that great either. The only person or the only players that have really shown promise is, although I hate to say it, but Onana has been one of Manchester United's best players this season. He's been one of Manchester's best players this season. Højlund hasn't been impressive, but he's more impressive as a number 9 than Xerxes. He's more impressive as a number 9 than Xerxes. When you look at the way Xerxes plays, he's not quick. He doesn't know how to position. He keeps coming back. He's not a hurricane. So instead of, he's supposed to be in the box. I don't know what you're doing outside the box most of the time. People say, oh, his link up play. I've only seen him do good link up play wise in only one game. In only one game so far. So with and I hate to, I don't like to blame coaches that much, but here we are. Um and the thing with Amorim is, Ruben Amorim, you have to give him time. I don't think he hasn't coached up to 10 games for Manchester United. So you have to give him time. He coached them in winning the game against City, which is a big deal, to be fair. Although we can also say that City have been having a bad run of games, but notwithstanding, this Manchester United still won. City is still a top team, regardless. An 11 match run of games is too little of games to now declare City a horrible side. City is still an elite side, regardless of how many games they've lost or they've won just one in 11. They are still a top team. They are still a top team, you know. But Manchester United have a long way to go. They have a long way to go, you know. Depending on the game, Diogo Dalot is playing left back, is playing right back. They need to strengthen areas. Manchester United need to strengthen areas, and they need to let a couple of players go. Players like Anthony, Rashford needs to go. He needs to seek opportunity elsewhere. I would say Bruno needs to go. I'll give Bruno another season. Garnacho, he probably would stay. He would stay, but I think there's promise there. Lindelof needs to go, except he wants to be like a backup center back. So they need to clear a lot of players from their wage bill. And Manchester United needs to get an elite striker. An elite striker. Go into the market. You're a big team. Go fight for Gyökeres. Go fight for Victor Osimhen. Strikers that will transform your team. Because the thing is, Manchester United, the way they play, they do get chances. They get chances, but they are not just clinical. They are not clinical enough. They need to strengthen in areas. They need to strengthen in midfield. Manchester United seriously needs to strengthen in midfield. At least get 2 elite midfielders. Casemiro has to go. Not just because, yes, of course, he's a legend and he's done a lot. He's an elite DM, but for the amount he earns per week, it's little. It's so little of an output. He doesn't play regularly. Even when he plays, he's mistake prone. The output compared to the amount he earns there's a huge gap. So players like that need to go. Rashford needs to try somewhere else. For me, ideally, I would like Rashford to try outside England, try Spain, try Italy. He will thrive in like a AC Milan, in like a Inter Milan, in like a Napoli. Go to Spain, go to a Real Sociedad, a Sevilla, a Villarreal. Try, and he might thrive there. But it's done at Manchester United. It's done, and I'm going to give the coach grace. Amorim deserves grace. He's only had a few run of games. He's still getting his feet wet in the Premier League. He hasn't had a transfer window yet where he can get the type of players he wants and he desires. He's still using the players that were bought by Erik ten Hag. Players like Eriksen, Anthony, Xerxes, Hoyland, what's his name? Lisandro Martinez, players like that. And these players, I don't think are his type of players. He likes players that are very good on the ball, players that are comfortable on the ball, with the type of game, with the type of with the way Amorim's teams in the past have played, especially Sporting Lisbon, with the way they play. They are the team that like to dominate possession. They're very good on the ball, very good at tracking back. They maintain a particular shape anytime they lose the ball. Manchester United don't have those type of players. Although Manchester United they're showing promise. If you watch their games, they hold the ball more, they dominate possession nowadays and things like that. But some players just need to go. Some players just need to go. And the thing is, Amorim, during one of the what's it called? His press conferences, he's made a statement and um he said Manchester United, they will have to suffer, for things to go forward. So he's told you guys already, for to get to that promised land, there will be a lot of suffering, a lot of short-term suffering. So I think Man U fans need to brace themselves. Progress is not going to come speedily. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. At least the guy has to have at least 1 or 2 transfer windows to get the type of players he wants. And I think at 5 o'clock today, Man U face Wolves. Man U's 13th position in the Premier League currently, and Wolves are 18th. But Wolves just beat Brighton 3-0 last weekend. So it's not going to be an easy game. It is not going to be an easy game. And if Wolves beat, by the way, Wolves are bottom half. And so they are coming with vengeance. They are coming to fight. They are not coming to lose. What do I tip that game? I think Manchester United is going to win that game. My score prediction for that game is a 3-1 win to Manchester United. But this is just my opinion. I think they're going to win that game. Although it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. Wolves are trying to get out of the bottom half. So they are going to be coming with high expectations from just beating Brighton. Brighton, who is a much tougher team currently than Manchester United. I would play Manchester United all day, every day currently than play Brighton. And Wolves are just coming off a 3-0 win against Brighton. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. But I tip Manchester United to win that game. It will be interesting to see what team Amorim puts up for the game today. I reckon it's going to be similar to the game against Bournemouth. That's what I think. I think he's going to field most of the players he played against Bournemouth. Are probably most of the players are going to feature today against Wolverhampton. So that should be an interesting game. But it was a disaster class. It was a disaster class last weekend for Manchester United. I think from the selection to to the formation to some of the substitutions, it was a disaster class from Amorim. It was a disaster class. But we're going to see. We're going to see how the game goes. Hopefully, Man U turns up, because if they lose the game today, they're going down. They're going further down. And as the Premier League progresses, it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher. So let's see how things go. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It doesn't cost you to do so. It's free. So thanks for watching. Peace.